Welcome to the Low Stakes Podcast. With ticks are hot, the negus smoke low and slow, and the stories are always medium rare. Hosted by Jeff Avgaris, fisherman and backyard barbecue master. Alongside co-host Dave Lodwig, a Star Wars-loving, baseball-obsessed pitmaster. And produced by the outdoorsman himself, Nate Cross. Quite possibly the greatest name in the podcast. This is the Low Stakes Podcast.
Welcome back. June 15th, 2026. Father's Day. Guys, lots going on for men our age. It's a guy's time right now. How are you doing? What's going on with you guys?
I'm great, but I got to say I'm a little worried about you.
Me good.
Yeah,
you
because, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you're wearing the exact same clothes you wore last week.
I only have 2 shirts, so.
It's
what about you?
The pacifier, he goes to his closet, and it's a line of 5 of the exact same shirt and 5 of the exact same pair of pants.
Deja vu. I feel like I literally just did this with you, and we were both dressed exactly the same way.
You want to know something funny? I'm going to give you something funny out of this.
Please do.
So this shirt I was wearing, I've been painting my house, right? And this shirt, I came home, probably 3 weeks ago, and I was going to just paint a wall. And I was like, this is not messy. That's fine. So I'm painting, and I have that oh crap moment where I just did the roller a little too much, and there's a flip.
Yeah.
And I was like wearing good shorts and this polo. And I was like, so I got a speck down here, and then I got a speck right here on my collar. Mm-hmm. Well, the speck right here, it's hard to see. I kind of clipped this thing. That is the best paint you've ever seen. That ain't go. That's dying with this shirt. So every once in a while, I'll wear this shirt. And Sarah will be like, "Why are you wearing that stupid shirt? You got paint on it." I was like, "Nobody can notice that little speck of white, you know." So yeah, I ruined my shirt because I was too lazy to change my shirt when I was painting.
You need to put like a collar lapel on it, like an American flag or something.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Over the top
What
of that.
brand is that shirt?
This is Under Armour.
And what brand is my shirt?
Under Armour.
Hey, our show today is brought to us by the good people at Under Armour. Making clothes for middle-aged men from coast to coast.
making 50-year-olds feel like 30 day after day.
That's right. Are you 45 and 90% of your wardrobe comes from the Under Armour outlet stores?
So I got a story. A few weeks ago, we talked about yard work. Mm-hmm. So 3 days ago, I come home from work, and Sarah's home, and she's looking out our kitchen window, and she's on her phone. And those two things mixed together means that I did something wrong or the world did something wrong, right? Mm-hmm. So and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" She's like, "Did you know that those weeds that are growing out there are poisonous and deadly to animals and humans?" I was like, "What? Shut up. No, it's not." She's like, "It is." She says, "I went to the Missoula County Health Department's website, and there's this weed that's going around Missoula County, and it grows probably up to about 4 or 5 feet tall, and it flowers. And if it's ingested by humans or by animals, a little bit will make you hallucinate. Past that, it'll do worse stuff." I was like, whatever. So I got this app. Speaking of AI from our last thing, I have an AI app that you can take a picture and it'll tell you what it is. So I go out and I take a picture of this thing with my AI app, and it scans it, and it comes back and it has the name, and then in big red letters, poisonous, do not deal with, make sure you get rid of. It's like a poisonous thing. And like my dogs are around this weed, right? So I'm like, well, I better get these the heck out of here. But Missoula County, being the government and being Missoula County, they're like, make sure you pull them and get the root out. And then if the months come back, dig up and do this and do that. And I was like, I come from the 80s.
Round up.
That's right. We pull up the weeds, we round up, and we never have to worry about it again. That's right. So I pulled them all up, round up, never to be worried about again. But yeah, it's a big thing in Missoula County right now. These weeds, it's a specific weed, but they said it's like a huge outbreak. And Sarah and I were hypothesizing that like one of the dirt companies, had brought dirt in and it was in it, and it's just been spreading it around.
Terminated.
Yeah.
Actually, I know where it came from.
Yeah.
You said a little bit makes you hallucinate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was brought in Come on, it's Missoula.
Last year during my physical in the fall, my doctor told me I need to give up weed, so that's probably why I haven't experienced this yet. But now that it's on my radar, I'm going to keep an eye out
He's
for
going
it.
to be looking for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Got to keep an eye out.
You ingest it like smoothie, or did they say like what the maximum potency for it would be? And
I didn't go that far. When I saw hallucinations, I made a couple inappropriate dad jokes to my son,
Mhm.
and then out of that, Sarah's like, "If you're gonna pull those up, make sure you put gloves on." I was like,
He's in the backyard.
My wife's gonna catch me in my hammock in the backyard, and I'm just gonna be like drooling with some sort of flour like on my beard. And she's like, "What were you doing?" "I was weeding." You know, baby, yard work.
In every sense of the word.
When'd you get that third eye?
She'll know when you call her baby.
Yeah, baby.
So yeah, watch out. I don't know if it's down Valley County or not, but Missoula County, they're all fired up about it.
Oh, send me a picture of it.
I will. Yeah, I will. In fact, I probably got a picture on it, so I'll text it to you. So, Dave, give us our sponsor for today.
Our sponsor today is mysterymeadows.com.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but when I'm standing in the shower and shaving my back, I always am asking myself, what's the best product I can use to help in this process? And you cannot find better skincare, health and beauty products for men than mysterymeadows.com.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you're shaving your shoulders,
Yeah.
need a good scent for that annual night out with your wife,
Wow.
whatever it is, head on over to mysterymeadows.com and up your game, fellas.
Thank you, Mystery Meadows. How do you shave your own back?
I have the back
I
blade.
do not want to know that.
The back blade
Gotta
2.0.
know. Gotta know.
There's a product called the back blade.
Back blade?
Yeah, it's these two razor strips, and it's on a handle that's like this long.
Mm.
And so you're just like,
Huh. Interesting. Do you need a mirror to do that, or
no, you just feel
you just
Yeah.
kind of feel your way through? Have you
Yeah.
missed this? Like a
I could
strike?
imagine like some
I'm
zebra
down,
stripes.
Like, I unintentionally removed 4 moles at this point. So in a way, it saved me a lot of money with my dermatologist. So, Heather has to cauterize it with my soldering iron. But other than that, I mean, it's
her favorite thing to do.
It's our favorite. I did it again.
She's like, it would be easier if I just shaved your back for you.
I do that for her.
Was that on the
Bom, bom, bom.
was that on the episode sheet there? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Whew.
We definitely missed that on the sheet.
Male grooming.
So big day yesterday, Father's Day, right?
Sure.
Sure. So Father's Day comes around once a year. It's a great day. We talked about, in fact, I think the first episode was Mother's Day, how big Mother's Day is, and how Father's Day isn't quite that big. So I actually, for the kicks and giggles of it, looked up actually the popularity difference, and so here's the numbers. Okay,
All right.
Mother's Day reaches up to about $38 billion in sales for presents and such. Father's Day is about 24 billion. So a good 50, 60, 70% more for Mother's Day than Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Mother's Day, the average gift's $259 a person. Father's Day, $199. And AI
Here we go.
says that
Dave's biggest fear.
the celebration rate, a higher percentage of Americans actively celebrate Mother's Day, about 84% compared to 79% for fathers. So pretty close. Gift types. Mothers heavily features traditionally higher priced items like jewelry, spa treatments, and flowers, where Father's Day gifts tend to focus on lower priced novelty items and tools. Not in my house. We got barbecues and smokers and everything else, so not in my house. So So, anyways, based on this spending wise, Mother's Day is a lot more popular. Based on celebration wise, Mother's Day is 5% more popular, but within shouting distance. So why do we feel like Mother's Day is bigger than Father's Day?
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is
I asked you a question?
I know. Let me answer your question
With a question.
with a question. What's your ideal Father's Day gift?
My ideal Father's Day gift? Silence at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Yeah, probably something that gets me out of the house, a hunting gadget or something like that. I go mow the lawn with my earbuds and I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. When my wife will answer this. If you were to ask her, like, what does your husband want for Father's Day? It's the same thing every single year: to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why Father's Day is not as big a deal as Mother's Day, because Mother's Day, it's okay, we're going to go out to lunch or have a dinner as a family, and the kids got to go through their whole rigmarole, their whole song and dance routine, whatever they rehearse throughout the week. And for me, Father's Day is the one day where it harkens back to what it was like being a dad in the 1950s.
Yeah.
I've seen enough television shows. I'm not that old.
Oh, I just
Back when I
thought that was
Yeah.
back when I was from personal experience.
I was 30 years old and
Yeah.
54.
You watch shows like the dad comes home. Number one, kids were terrified of their fathers back then. The way it should be, the way God intended.
God intended. That's right.
Because when the stay-at-home mom would do, she would always say, "Oh, you just wait till your dad gets home.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
When
yeah.
your father gets home." And so, like, you walked through the door back then, and there was just a laundry list of beatings you had to give to your different kids. And right, it's like, "Oh, come here, Ralphie. What happened?" It's like, all right, well, I don't want to do this, but Mom and I want to stay married, and so I'm gonna take this belt to you. But dads would come home. They'd always be in a suit. They would go in and they would sit in a chair and drink some sort of cocktail right when they got through the door,
Mm-hmm.
while mom is prepping dinner, and and the kids know to just leave you. You got to leave dad alone. He just got home from work.
Mhm.
Leave dad alone, and so Father's Day is the one day we have left where we are able to experience everyday life for 1950s dads.
Yeah. No, that's very, very true. That's a good point. I didn't really look at it like that.
Mhm.
I feel like that it's an experiences versus gifts thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and this is not for everybody. So go ahead and comment below if you hate me. Go ahead and get on our Instagram and comment, because I'm sure
Roast him. Just
Yeah,
let him have it.
get after me for this one. But I feel like dads in general, if I want something, I go buy it.
Yeah.
And moms, if they do buy it, they buy disposable stuff that they can rebuy. So like that thing said, a spa treatment, a pedicure, bath bombs. These are things that you can continuously buy. I go buy a smoker and I don't need one for 10 years, so I think that if I want something,
Doesn't
I go
mean he
buy
doesn't get another one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. I don't need it for 10 years. I probably get one in 3, but I don't need it. But it's like, so when Father's Day comes around, I don't know if your wives have said this, but my wife always says, we just don't know what to get you.
Yep.
Mm.
And it's because if I want something, I go buy it.
Well, same dilemma at Christmas every year.
Yeah.
What do you want for Christmas? I legitimately don't know, because I'm a grown man. Anything I wanted during the year, I went and bought.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wasn't like, oh man, I really need this, but I'm gonna wait till Christmas. I just go buy stuff. And so, like Christmas and Father's Day, it's always this exercise in futility to kind of come up with something that I might want.
Yeah.
Or it's like,
Or it's what Nate said. It's buy me an experience, right? Like, okay, a Father's Day, my son's 12 now, so he's getting to that age. Well, why don't you go golfing with Hank Sunday morning? And then when you come home, we'll we'll eat your favorite food and we'll have your favorite dessert for that. That's great. That's a great Father's Day, your son, same way, I mean, it's, and your kids are going to get there, but it's an experience, but we even our experiences, we do them all the time. Like I don't save up golf for Father's Day. I golf anyways, so it's hard. And I get that for a women's perspective. It's hard to give us something that we don't just do. So that's why we harken back to on Father's Day. Just leave us alone.
There's 2 days out of the year where my kids know not to talk to me or make eye contact, and that is Father's Day and my birthday. Like, just pretend like me and the kids just got a divorce, and it's still, there's a lot of animosity there. That's the fantasy I get to live out on Father's Day every year, and it's a little gift from God.
Man,
your kids are little. Your kids are little.
Yeah,
yeah. Wait till
they are a coming.
Yeah, wait till they have added.
Which is a good time to say Nate's got a brand new baby.
Yeah,
I do.
We alluded to this a few weeks ago, but we didn't really talk about it.
Yeah.
At this point, because I got to think about like future and then past. That's
yeah, that's right. Our recording schedule's goofy.
About a month.
At
this point.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you have 2 girls now.
2 girls. Yep.
2 girls, man.
Starting to get a little bit better sleep, but what's actually the timing is perfect. Our oldest is currently getting her 2-year molars, so she's not sleeping.
Oh man!
And then the new baby, the new one is also not sleeping for obvious reasons, and so it's like I get a half hour. And then I wake up and I deal with one issue. Then I get another half hour, but they're offset.
Yeah.
I just need to get them synced so that they wake up at the same time.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot of work, but it's fun.
Yeah. So Dave has 2 kids that he knows of. Nate's got his 2 young ones. I got 2 through force. So we're all got 2 kids apiece. And varying ages. Like, part of this that I was hoping to talk about for Father's Day is the nostalgia of it. I'm going through a bit of nostalgia right now, and I know Dave's going through it as well. Both of our youngest are the same age, 2 girls. They're best of buddies. They both just graduated or ended their 5th grade year.
5th grade, yeah.
So no more elementary school for either of them, and that's kind of a thing. Father's Day brings that in. It's kind of a thing. It's like no more pastel colors and, fun, cartoons that we watch. It's more, things get serious in middle school. So, our little girls are becoming like young ladies, and, you're not going to have the little kid stuff anymore. And it's just like, those are the kind of nostalgic things as you get older that I always looked at my dad and I was like, shut up, whatever. Yeah. We're just going through life. But as when it happens to you, you're like, well, the next time I'm going to experience that's grandkids, and that could be 20 years down the road, 10 years down, it could be a ways. And so it's just, I think that's another part of Father's Day for fathers to kind of soak in is, reflection and, soaking in the moment and realizing that when you got kids, it goes fast.
My son, he just finished his junior year in high school, so he's going to be a senior. And so, yeah, number one, I can't stand little kids. Even my own.
How little?
Like, I don't know, from like this.
My daughter will be 18 and won't even hit that mark.
I know. I remember, in all seriousness, before I became a dad, like, I could not go out to eat with other couple friends that had kids because watching their kids eat would make me nauseated. It was horrific. They're just like smearing stuff all over themselves and like, and you can't have a real conversation with people when you don't have your kids with you and they have their kids, where it's like, hey, so tell me about all your hopes and dreams. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, they're like force feeding these packets of applesauce to, this 2-year-old nightmare that's sitting at the table with you. And so
2-year-old nightmare.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just like,
Nate
do
finds
you-
no
do you
humor
really-
in this.
No, I'm enjoying this. Dave is really showing his true colors
Oh,
today.
I've said this from the stage at my church. For those of you who don't know, I'm professional clergy, but it's like I don't have an instinct to protect other
At this
people's.
point, we just need to put it down at a card at the bottom.
like our website address. Send your hate me email.
By the way,
yeah,
he's the pastor.
yeah. But no, I've said it clearly. It's like it's like that's the hardest part when your kids are little is you don't get to pick their friends. They pick their own friends. And
Yep.
their friends are just weird.
Weird.
God, they come over and there's like the kid is like, "Hey, do you have any raisins?" Like, oh man, what time are your parents picking you up? And like that's what. Why don't you go outside?
Dave and I have had this conversation before, and we're both like, not your kid, but
No, yeah, your kids are fine.
Right.
But it's serious, like little kids.
yeah.
There's some like true story. Last night I was at one of our minor league baseball games, and I had to go to the bathroom, so I went in, standing in front of a urinal. I'm the only guy in the bathroom in the stadium at this point, and this like 4-year-old kid comes in by himself to the bathrooms, and he just stops and he's staring at me as I'm standing at the urinal. This is a true story, and I'm just like. He's just standing there staring at me, and I'm just like, I'm like kind of like turning, and then he turns to one of the little urinals. Ladies, if you don't know this, they're at different heights in there.
A lot of ladies listening right
Yeah, a lot of ladies listening in on this. So for all of our female dedicated listeners, if you've never been inside of a men's room, but then the kid does the typical little kid thing where he pulls all of his pants down.
All the way to the
all
ground.
the way to the ankles.
Yeah,
What, you don't do that?
Only when I'm skiing.
that's called a power move.
That is a power move.
Well,
and
I'm
no
standing
hands.
there.
Hands to the ground, no hands.
I'm standing there, and this little like 4-year-old's doing that, and I just the whole time I'm like, let's go, because I'm waiting for that to catch a predator guy to come busting around the
Chris
wall.
Hansen walks
Yeah,
in.
Chris Hansen. Hey, so what's
what
going
are you
on
doing
in
here tonight?
Yeah, what are you doing here tonight? I've season tickets. It's not my fault. I'm the victim.
They all say that.
They all say that. Did you intentionally come in here? Like, no. It's Thirsty Thursday.
How is this a Father's Day?
So anyway, little kids. So, but going back,
We've gone off the track.
yeah, I'm going off the track. But to your point, now that my son is on the verge of graduating high school and still living with us for another 11 years, I am becoming very, very nostalgic. And you go back and you see those pictures, or I see my daughter. And last night it was sweet because my daughter, who's 11, went to the stadium with me, and we just sat there and I had my arm around her, and we're just watching the game. And she actually likes watching it because she plays softball. And but then you just remember like when she was like 3 and just wanted to snuggle with you on the couch, and you get those little twinges. And so, yeah, most dads, let's face it, we like our little kids, but we also know that they need us far less than they need mom.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's why Mother's Day is such a bigger deal, is in the formative years, mom is so much more necessary than dad is. Dad's there for like moral support and to, just make sure whatever mom says happens.
Yeah. But I will say, and I'm a big believer in this, and, the discussions about, there's a lot of discussions of race, there's a lot of discussions of fathers in the household. I'm a big believer that fathers, kids need boundaries, right? Every kid needs boundaries. If you don't set boundaries for kids, they're just going to keep bouncing wherever they go. You need to let them be free, but at the same time, you're getting a little too far off. You need to come back inside. And I think that's the father's role in raising the kids, is setting those boundaries and upholding those boundaries. Sometimes you have to be the bad guy. Mom has, and this is in general, again, comment below if you hate me, but in general, mom raises them to be a good person. Mom takes care of them. She nurtures. She does that stuff. Dad has to make sure they grow up to be a good human being as well. And you have to take that responsibility. It's not a popular thing. It's not
No.
popular at all. Sometimes they hate you, and sometimes they're like, roll your eyes. But it goes back to that healthy fear. It's not fear of getting beaten. It's fear of disappointment. If I disappoint dad by going outside these boundaries, that's going to eat me up inside. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to stay within the boundaries that they've set. So yeah, everybody plays a role, but mom definitely plays a bigger role on how they see day-to-day life.
Well, how much does the fact that the divorce rate in the country, is gone up exponentially since about the 1960s,
Yep.
and the fact that on average, like overwhelmingly, moms wind up raising their kids after a divorce, and and dad isn't exactly a superstar in the mind of mom after that. And so Mother's Day is always a big deal because moms typically have the kids and dads, don't. And so,
Everyone has a mother and a father, but not everyone has a present father.
yeah,
For
And
sure.
I think that is part of the big reason why Mother's Day is more widely celebrated, bigger gifts, all that, is because I would say a vast majority of the time, I'm not going to put a number on it, but the more influential person in the child's life is the mother.
Mhm.
And if you look at, I had this conversation with a friend of mine, wonderful lady, and she was raised by her mom. Her dad was absent, lived in a different town in a different state. So he wasn't really super active in her life growing up. And we had this conversation, having drinks one night, a group of us. And I was saying, that statistically, a 2-parent household is a foundation for growing more successful people. It's just the way it is. And she took offense that she's like, well, I'm successful and I grew up with just my mom really for the most part. And I said, it's not that it can't be successful. Statistically, it's just more people that have a 2-parent household are going to grow up to be successful because it's hard. Being a 1-parent household is hard. So that's, I guess that's since it's mostly males listening to us, that's
Only.
only males
Except
listening to
for
us.
Judy.
Rose has got to be listening to us.
I know, Rose, Judy.
I don't know. She might have checked
she's
out
done
after
by
the
now.
last couple.
Like she's like, please pull my sponsorship.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to take that back.
But I think that you just, as a dad out there, be present, be there. It's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important.
With the arrival of our second, our oldest has been extremely clingy to me because Kayla obviously is so focused on the baby, and so it's been exhausting but really wonderful, and it's setting up for those, like, that's going to be those nostalgic moments that I will look back on in 10, 15 years on Father's Day or any other time.
And for a little girl specifically, if she feels close with her dad and has a great relationship with her dad and feels secure and has a good role model as her dad, she's set up more to go through the years of high school and such where there's stuff coming out all the time. She's more likely not to pick a poor mate that way. She's going to pick somebody like daddy, and which is awesome. And that's super important for girls.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to downplay the significance that dads have, particularly when kids are little. I joke about little kids, and I've been blessed because I have one of each. I have a son and a daughter, and it's just a different experience with each of them. But there are similarities. Like, I will always treasure that first year, probably first year and a half, when you get to go in and comfort them in the middle of the night. Because that's, unless they're hungry, if they just are a little gassy or whatnot. And there's so many times where I look back with my son, where I would go into his room and I'd hold him, and we had this big, like, rocking chair. It was cloth, and he just kind of sunk into it, and I would just fall asleep holding him, and comforting him. And we spent so many nights where that happened. And then with my daughter, she got colicky, and probably around, 4 or 5 months. And, there was just so many countless hours of just holding her and, just trying to comfort her and all of that. And again, sleeping in a glider rocker with her. And, those are those bonding moments that you have with your kids. And I ultimately think that kids need that from a dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can get that from mom. Actually, they get a lot of that from mom, but to also get it from a dad and to have that sort of male comforting presence in there it's an important thing. I don't know that we give enough attention to.
You know, my daughter, last week, in fact, she's downstairs and her window kind of sees out towards our street. And about 9:30 at night, I'm laying down, my wife's half asleep, and I'm watching my iPad, and all of a sudden, just like a ghost from nowhere, she's just right there. She's right, and I'm watching my iPad, and all of a sudden I'm like, ah! And I was like, can I help you? And she's like, Dad, there's a car out on the street, and the lights are flashing on it, and he is out of his car walking around our property. I said, well, first of all, it's like 9:45. Why are you still awake? But okay. So I said, what do you want me to do about it? She's like, he is out there. And I was like, you want me to go deal with this, don't you? And she's like, yep. And so my wife gets up, and Sarah's my backup. She's like opening windows, peeking, seeing, she's like, well, he's got this on and this on. So anyways, I do what I do. I get up, I go outside. Well, it turns out it's my neighbor. And my neighbor had stopped at my other neighbor's house to drop something off. They never stepped foot on my property. Mm-hmm. If she would have looked real hard, she probably could have noticed that it was my neighbor. So I come back inside. I was like, it's, our neighbor, and it's fine. And she's like, oh, good. I was super worried that he was here to get me. I was like, here to get you, huh? And she's like, yeah, I just don't want somebody to break in or something, but I'm good now. And she was like, fine. So it was just like, she just needed that reassurance. She didn't go to Sarah because, usually you go to mom if you're upset stomach or something like that. She came to my side, and she was standing right there, and she's like, you're going to deal with this right now and make me feel better. So I went out. She felt better. She's asleep in 5 minutes, and so that's the kind of, that makes you feel good as a dad. That's like, that gave that sense of security, even though it was just ridiculous, And it's just, you have to get up and do it. You put your shorts on, you're like, all right, everything's good,
My kids are at this is the last thing I'll say about being a dad, but my kids are at these two stages right now that I'm kind of enjoying a lot. Now that they've gotten older, there was so much in their youth or in their young years I loved, and it was great. But, my son's on the cusp of being a man. He turns 18 in January, and he's just at the gym all the time. Like, that kid is cut. And so, and he's more of an introvert. He'll be more quiet, whatnot, but he'll joke with me every once in a while, and he'll make some comment. And so we have this thing lately where he'll say something to me, like when he's in the kitchen or whatnot, and then I'll just quickly walk up to him. And I'll put my chest up against his and my face right up against his face like this, and I'm like, "Is this today? Is it today? You want a shot at the title today? Is that what's going on? You want a piece of the rock?" And we laugh.
And we laugh.
And
you walk away knowing that he could dust the ground with you.
Kill me. But I did tell him, like, son, I have old man strength. Like, you have muscles and all.
Real.
It's a real thing. Like, there's an instinctual thing there. Like the only thing stronger is, like an orangutan. Yeah. So if you run into an old orangutan, you run, because that thing's like a borderline superhero. And but yeah, so I do that with my son. My daughter, she's 11, and it's going to end soon, but she still likes to snuggle up with me on the couch every once in a while. And she's a sarcastic jackass. She gets it from her mom. And
right.
Mom, the sweetest lady you'll ever meet. I definitely think she gets it from her mom.
Yeah.
She still likes to, like, probably once a week snuggle up. Like last week we watched Monster Squad from the 80s, and she just like snuggling up and watching it with me, and I'm enjoying it because I know it's not going to last much longer. But
yeah. So the strength thing, my dad always told me when I got to be Jackson's age, pretty much. He always told me that, he says, you may end up being stronger than me. He says, but old men fight dirty.
We have experience.
Have you you guys know the movie Hot Rod, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's all I was thinking while you were...
It's gonna happen where he's just like, his whole goal in life is to finally beat me up. Yeah. And it'll happen. It'll happen eventually. He's gonna, like, I'm gonna go into heart failure, and he's gonna have to raise funds for me to get a heart transplant, so then he can finally beat me up.
Well, on that note, Dave, tell us our second sponsor, if Rose still is a sponsor.
Well, dads, if you have gone through a divorce recently, you need a place to stay. And your car can only house you for so long. So to all of our deadbeat dads out there, reach out to Rose Chadwell at Rose Chadwell Real Estate. She's going to help you find that tent or camper that maybe you need to spend the next few years doing some soul searching in. And her and her team at Big Sky Brokers are going to do everything they can to help you find, well, maybe a temporary home before you eventually find that forever home. So reach out to Rose at bigskybrokers.com.
Thank you, Rose. And speaking of Rose and her finding you a new neighborhood, we are starting another new segment called There Goes the Neighborhood. And if you've ever been a dad or a middle-aged man sitting on your front porch and something's happened, you're like, there goes the neighborhood. It's going downhill now. So we're going to talk about a topic around that, and that's being a good or a bad neighbor. We've talked a little bit about it already when it comes to lawns. That's really what our first focus on. But I think we just need to talk about, if you're out there, what makes you a good neighbor and what makes you a really crappy neighbor? You know what I mean? I think for me, so I'll give an example. I love my neighbors and they're great people. But
except for when they make your daughter very worried and you have to go out and check on them.
Right.
You know, they're the ones that planted those weeds.
Probably. So the one neighbor, both sides of me are retired people, very nice people. But the one side of me, we have chickens, and it's on the side of the one neighbor, and he loves our chickens. So he used to, he would walk out of his house to like give scraps to our chickens or check on them and stuff. He would walk out of his house, walk to our fence, our shared fence, and he'd take his ladder with him, walk his ladder, jump over, mess with the chickens, and then he would come back the fence, lift his ladder over, jump back over. So this happened for years. And finally I told him, I was like, look, I'm going to do some fixing to my fence. I'm going to put a gate in for you. He's like, that'd be great. So I don't have to carry that stupid ladder. So about a month and a half ago, I finally had to do added some fencing, and I put a gate in for him. And the guy, he's never been happier. He's like, Jack. So he goes over there. He takes better care of those dang chickens than we do. I mean, like, he'll go in, he'll text us an update on what's going on with them.
He's got webcams out there watching them all night long.
Practically, he's like, hey, there's eggs in there, or hey, the water was out today, or so I mean, like, some people would hate that, right? Some people would be like, just leave me alone. I don't mind it at all. Him and I have a good relationship. He's not hurting anything. He loves it. I mean, he calls them the girls because it's a bunch of hens, you know, and it's just great. So, I mean, I guess the part of the discussion is not a good or bad neighbor. It's not a clear cut line, but it's like, what does that mean? What is a good or a bad neighbor?
Last week I was doing some yard work, and my neighbor came up to me and he said, hey man, your podcast is great. So he's been listening to it.
Wait.
So I don't want to answer your question.
I know your neighbor.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So my neighbors are great.
You got the best neighbors ever.
Did not have any complaints whatsoever. Like, I can tell you what's pissing me off in my neighborhood now.
Yeah.
But as far as like here's the thing. Our neighborhood is going through a transition in the last probably 10 years where there's more and more renters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think every neighborhood gets hit with this at some point. I think people buy houses, number one, when they're affordable, but usually they're looking to buy a house when their kids are young.
Mm-hmm.
And then, once the kids are grown, the family's there. A lot more families are looking at their home as a revenue stream at that point. If I don't need to, raise kids here anymore, oh my gosh, you see how much you can get out of rent right now?
Yeah.
And so homes are becoming more revenue streams for retirement. Downside to renters, this makes me sound like a complete snob, but renters don't have the investment in a piece of property that the actual owner does, right? You know, because they're not building any equity. And so there isn't the same level of care that goes into it. The thing that irritates me is when renters move in, all of a sudden there's like 6 cars, you know, in a driveway that houses 2.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it looks like a used car lot down the road, and there's no ordinance that prevents them from parking curbside. And you see your neighborhood change when there's more and more cars parking curbside going down the road, and it's just like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Renters are a bear because they inevitably don't take care of the lawn as well. And they inevitably, you know, have a party and they're not worried that the neighbor's mad because the music's going till 11 o'clock. And it's definitely more of a challenge, you know.
Yeah.
If you have your random renter, you can kind of deal with it with guilt. But if half your neighborhood is
with the neighbors, you ain't from around here, are you, boy? Let me tell you how things run.
Yeah. But if you can, you know, if it's half your neighborhood or more that's renters, you're in trouble. You're outnumbered, you know.
Yeah. So the phenomenon that's happening in my neighborhood, and I don't know if you guys have this too, but there's a bunch of like middle school age boys riding these motorized bikes or dirt bikes, just zipping up and down the road. And I'm like looking at it the whole time. I'm like, how is this not illegal? Like they're going 30, 35 miles an hour up and down the road. And we're talking like 11, 12-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And it's become this thing where there's always like a pack of like 6 of them that are going. And yeah, like, do I call the cops on them? Because it's a motorized vehicle.
So my kid's one of those. He's got his little gang that he drives around in. And I don't know, to be honest with you. I've looked at the legality of like e-bikes and stuff. And pretty much the city of Missoula and Missoula County in general treats e-bikes as bicycles when it comes to on the street. So they can ride on the sidewalks, they can ride on the street, and they're fine. Where it becomes tricky is when it becomes like a motorcycle, and then it's more of like you need a driver's license and stuff. But what I've heard is that unless they're causing trouble or they're being unsafe, cops are like, it's whatever, you know, I'm not gonna, that's not a sword to fall on, you know? So, but yeah, it's a thing. I mean, my son's got 4 other kids in the neighborhood, and they just go to each other's houses, and luckily it's all e-bikes. So all you hear is a bzzz,
There's a few like legitimate motorcycle dirt bikes.
Yeah. It gets a little bit, there's a gray line, you know, where you're breaking out of a bicycle into an actual motorcycle.
Yeah, my neighbor said it well though. She didn't know that my son was one part of this group of boys going around, and she's kind of old school. Her husband's a firefighter in town. Her kids are out of the house, and her and I were discussing it. She's like, I call them my little motorcycle gang. I was like, oh yeah. She says, yeah. She says, the way I look at it is they can be out here buzzing around as long as they're not causing trouble. If they're just buzzing around and they don't do it like weird hours and don't do it for hours on end. But if they're going to each other's houses and just buzzing around, it's a heck of a lot better than sitting in the house being on an electronic device and, you know, doing whatever. And I was like, yeah, I get that. I also get the sensitivity to other people that, you know, especially motorcycles. It's like, all right, do it for 15, 20 minutes and buzz around and then shut it down, because nobody wants to listen to your motorcycle for the next 2 hours, you know? So, but yeah, but that's goes back to what we're talking about, being a kind neighbor. Those parents need to be able to regulate their kids and be like, yeah, you can buzz around and be safe, but at some point we got to shut her down because it's going to be annoying the neighbors, you know?
Have you seen the guy here in town on the motorized one wheel?
Yeah.
Wearing like the whole body armor, and he's on reserve.
He does DoorDash. He's a DoorDash driver.
But he's legitimately going 35, almost 40 miles an hour, but he's going in the bike lane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is that not considered a motorized vehicle? I get it. Like when these laws were written, governing things. It was always about the weight and size. But we have developed so many more methods of motorized transportation now that we have to revisit those laws.
Yeah.
You know,
It was originally based on like the CC of the engine,
Yeah.
but now it's like these. You can go get a scooter from Walmart
yeah,
that outpaces those old 50cc Honda Trail 90s or whatever.
exactly.
One of
it's
my
dangerous.
One of my fears, and this is honest God truth, and you bring up that guy, I am so scared I'm going to come around the corner one day,
Yeah.
and that guy's going to be laying on the ground because he hit a rock or something, and it is not going to be a good scenario.
Yeah.
It's going to, I mean, there's nothing. He's got a helmet on, but other than that, that would be ugly.
Yeah.
Really ugly.
The question about neighborhoods, are you guys in your neighborhood apps?
Not really.
I'm aware of it, but
Oh,
I
you
just
gotta get in those
no,
things.
no.
It is so much fun. It is hilarious.
I've found that those for mine, because I live up in Miller Creek, it's crazy people that get in.
Oh
there.
yeah, it's insane. And what
It's
you
the
gotta do?
comment section.
It is the comment section for your neighborhood, but what you got to get a burner account
Burner
and
account.
start
Death
Make-
Giver
get-
23.
get arguments going, and then just back out. It is.
You're part of the problem.
Am I a bad neighbor?
You are part of society's problem, right? You know what's great is provoking other people into insanity.
My
What could go wrong?
faceless provocation of people.
I think it's hilarious. Troll.
There's so much drama. It's so funny. Actually, the other night, there was like the drama bled out and was just like out on the streets in our neighborhood. So we live in a little neighborhood where there's a park for our whole neighborhood, and then it's a bunch of cul-de-sacs and stuff. And so at any given time, there'll be half dozen kids out in the park or something like that. A few nights ago, it was like 20 kids, and they're all in a pack, like running around the neighborhood. They left the park and they're going around the neighborhood, and I could overhear them having these like frantic conversations about some guy, I'm assuming an older guy, not one of the kids, like cussed him out and flipped him off. And then there was two parents, younger parents of I'm assuming someone in this group, who were like in their car, and they drive up and park next to the group of kids, and the kids would give them more information about like where the guy went and like what he was doing, and then the parents would jet off and they'd drive around the neighborhood, and then they'd come back and they'd talk to the kids a little bit more. And it was like this like half-hour long soap opera of like neighborhood drama. It was Kayla and I, we just sat out on the front porch and just watched and listened because it was hilarious. We have a lot of renters, so that's
Ball game.
pretty typical.
Yeah.
But it was the drama became like it was real out on the streets.
That sounds real. That sounds like a high rental sort of neighborhood for
Yep.
sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, we just killed one of our demographic audiences.
Well, guys, happy Father's Day to you both. It's a fun
And
time of
with
year.
you.
Absolutely. And to any kids out there in Vancouver, Washington that may be fatherless right now, let's just say you just never know.
Are there kids over there that have a caveman looking face with summer teeth? You know what summer teeth are? Some are going this way, some are going that way.
Do you have sharp wit?
Is their only redeeming feature their ability to make people laugh? Well, 23andMe might connect you back, Mr. Dave Lockley.
You just never know. On that note, remember to subscribe to our socials. We're on all the main social media platforms, even though if you listen to last episode, we obviously hate social media.
Yeah, we do.
It is one of the ironies.
But check it out.
But check it
Download
out.
those apps if you haven't gotten them yet.
Make sure you follow and comment too. So share this podcast with your friends. If you're a middle-aged man that likes to laugh at yourself or listen to just a bunch of guys hooting around with each other, we're on Apple Pods, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all the different places where you can listen to us, YouTube. So if you want to see our smiling faces, that's the place to do it. And that's it. Appreciate you listening again. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and we will see you next week.